Hello and welcome, how are you guys doing? Today I am reacting to the England squad announcement for the FIFA World Cup 2022 qualifiers, which is next summer. We've got loads of European action because of COVID and that, so let's get right into it. Let's begin with the goalkeepers, where Dean Henderson, Sam Johnson and Nick Pope were selected. I actually quite like this selection. Obviously Pickford's not there, but it's not like it's that shock decision, it's just that he's currently injured, so that's not really a surprise. I'll be interested to see who Dean Henderson and Nick Pope get the next position. I think Pope deserves it. He has been very good for Burnley since, they picked up results and now seeing slightly more mid-table than relegation. Obviously, they're not going to go down. I think he's a very talented goalkeeper. And I think that's a real positive, which that he's got. I think he should be starting for Poland, which I think is the big game of the match week. But maybe Henderson gets one of Albania and San Marino. But the final one, this was the surprise to me. Sam Johnston, who I think is, an amazing player. Goalie, I guess. He's made most saves in the Premier League, so I think he deserves this, especially over maybe Aaron Ramsdale, who would be the other option. Now, let's move on to the left-back position, where they brought two left-backs, unlike last time, where they brought literally none. Ben Chilwell and Luke Shaw. Suddenly, like last year, we didn't have much in that position. We were really scraping the barrage. Ben Chilwell was the best, but I didn't really see him as, world class, and obviously now at Chelsea that's going to help him out, but still, he is still being dropped for Alonso sometimes, and, Chelsea's that issue that you're never going to really get a place when you're being switched around time and time again. But regardless of that, I think Ben Chilwell and Luke Shaw are very good. I think they will obviously be interchanged. I think Luke Shaw's playing better, but Ben Chilwell is the only one who, out of those two, has played in a 5 at the back, which is what Chelsea do quite often. So maybe will he be better when they play in a 5 at the back, and that's what they need to do. I'm not sure, but I think Luke Shaw should be playing 2 out of 3 games, and Ben Chilwell maybe only 1 of them, but I suspect to see both of them playing 1 of the 3 games. On to the right back position, where they've got Kieran Trippier, Kyle Walker and Reece James, so 3 over this down. Now, right back is meant to be the position where we've got abundance, and really, when I'm looking at this, it looks like it's one of our weaker positions. Kieran Trippier is good, but just had a massive match ban for gambling. Kyle Walker doesn't start every week, and I haven't seen amazing stuff from him. And Reece James doesn't start every week either. I thought we'd have something better here. Obviously James Justin, he's injured. A few other players, aren't there, and obviously Trent's left out. But I don't really think it's fair that Trent's left out, honestly. I don't think he deserves it, but what it does show is a bit of statement intent. I'm not just going to pick you just because you're young and you're Trent. I have to pick you when you've got good stats. Who will start? I suspect one will start each game. But will one of them play in the back 3? I think Reece James can play amazingly well in that kind of back 3 when they have 2 centre-backs and 1 right back, which is what they normally do. I think Reece James can play very well. I don't really know, but I suspect Kieran Trippier will be starting most games out of the 3 of them. Next, we have centre-backs, where we have Connor Cody, Eric Dyer, Tyrone Mings, Harry Maguire and John Stones. And this year, I think we've got an okay centre-back partnership. I know not everyone likes Harry Maguire. People see he's a big old flop and stuff. He's a dangerous defence. But I think defence and both sides of Manchester joining together for this one, John Stones and Harry Maguire, is not bad. Add a third person of Connor Cody in there, that's good. Eric Dyer, though, is he good enough? For a while, they've been starting Sanchez and Alderweireld over him. I think there's some good centre-backs who could get over him. For example, Dunk. I think he's played way better. There's loads of great players who have been really good, and I don't think it's fair that this man's going to have been okay. So personally, I don't think he should be there. Tyrone Mings, I think it's fair. He's currently playing one of the best defences in the world. but he is one of your kind of box stand defenders, can head the ball out, etc. Okay, on to midfielders. We're going to start with the kind of deep ones, which I think we start with Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice. They're the really low hitters when your centre defensive mid. Phillips obviously went last international break, or maybe the one before. I think he's good. I mean, I saw the difference when Leeds didn't have him, and he's clearly quite important in Marcelo Bielsa's tactics, and I think he is important in Southgate's as well. I think he is a quality player. I've never really seen him as someone who should really have got in this soon. When you think about all the players trying to get into the England squad, I don't know how he got in so soon. Nevertheless, he is a good player. I think he does deserve it. On Declan Rice, who is doing very well, to be fair to him. Declan Rice, he's looking really good at West Ham. They're 5th in the league, to be fair. He's a quality player. We've got to understand that now. I think we've got to accept that. There's 2 West Ham players going, Declan Rice and Jesse Lingard, who I'll go on to later. But Declan Rice is very good. I think he should be starting over Calvin Phillips. I can't wait to see Declan Rice, as all the games are free to watch. Anyway, on to the kind of more attacking options, but not too attacking. James Ward-Prowse and Jude Bellingham. Bellingham, what a surprise entry. Dortmund said he wasn't going to go, and here he is. Clearly Southgate is very excited by our man, Jude Bellingham. I'm excited. If he does well, could he start? Again, I'm surprised he's starting over loads and loads of good English events. Like, I feel like he would have been okay going to the under-21s. Give a bit more games to some players who really want to play in England and are obviously going to play well. Like Loftus-Cheek and Barkley, you know, maybe they would be a better option than Bellingham. But he has started a couple of games for Dortmund, and Dortmund aren't doing very well in the Bundesliga, 5th in the league, which is the same as kind of West Ham players. So, yeah, I want to see him, because I think this is going to be the first time I've really seen him live. Okay, on to James Ward-Prowse. I like James Ward-Prowse. I like how he can, he's got a good free kick ability. And we'll need that, because when you don't have Trent, you know, he's there. And I think James Ward-Prowse is the best English set-piecer. So it'd be nice having him on the corners and on free kicks. I think he's a really valuable player. I rate him highly, and I'm happy, very happy, he's there. And then we have 3 cams: Jesse Lingard, Phil Foden, and Mason Mount. Mason Mount and Phil Foden are both really top class. Like, I cannot wait to watch them both together. What's annoying is there's only 1 cam slot. There should be 2. Now, I know not many teams do it. I love doing it for FIFA, but I don't think you can really do it in real life. But having a 5 at the back and then having like 1 centre defence and 2 cams and then 3, that would be a bit more nice. I'd like to see that attacking this from our side. Will we get it? Will we not? I don't know is the honest answer. I really do want to get that, but I don't think we will. So I suspect one will play every game. Though there's a chance Foden and Mount will actually play in the attack against the midfield. Because I've seen Foden play out of the right wing. I've seen Mason Mount play in the attack. But Lingard is on amazing form. He has to start one of the games. He is looking so good. His goal against Arsenal was beautiful, and I cannot wait. And I just want to say well done to Jesse Lingard, because he was rejected at Man United because Bruno Fernandes was doing really well, and he went, I only want 1 cam slot, which is fair. But he has proved I'm really good. Let's not forget about me, and he got back in the England squad, so fair play to him. Now, Ali needs to do the same, doesn't he? Now, before we get onto the attack, I want to talk about subscribing to my channel. Please hit the subscribe button. We're working towards 70 subscribers. We are 7 away. Lots of 7s there. So if you could make that happen in this video, oh, my day would be made. My month would be made. So yeah, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Like, sometimes I get 70% of my viewers not subscribed. Honestly, it's more like 50. But if you could hit the subscribe button, honestly, it would make my day, so please hit the subscribe button. Okay, on to the attack, where we have Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Harry Kane and Ollie Watkins leading the line. And these are all 3 exciting players. But Ollie Watkins, for me, it's a surprise. It really is a surprise. And I am disappointed by this decision. I mean, I'm not like, he shouldn't play. Like, I would love all of these players to play for England. But I don't think it's fair on Bamford. Bamford has scored more goals. He's been more clinical. Yes, he had a little injury, but he deserved this. He played last weekend. I'm pretty sure he scored. He's so good. I would love to see him in England colours. I don't know if he's played in them yet, but he deserves that. He deserves that over Dominic Calvert-Lewin, honestly, because I think he's better than that. He's playing really well. But then some would argue maybe that's just Marcelo Bielsa being a genius, like he sometimes is. Harry Kane obviously is a front runner. I think there's a chance he might start 2 of the 3 games. He could start 3 of the 3 games. I think he's very good. He's very talented, and we've seen this at Spurs this season. I mean, being the top assister, I think he still is there. That's mental. Incredibly, though, what I find interesting, which is why I think Foden and Matt could play on the wings, is there's only 3 wingers on 2 wings. There's only Marcus Rashford, Raheem Sterling, and Bukayo Saka. And I'm really happy Saka's there, but he is 19 years old. He's 19 years old. I really like how Saka's there. He's 19 years old, though. Again, can't he go to the under-21s? I feel like there's older wingers. I know Sancho. I don't really know why Sancho's not here, but I presume it's because Dortmund like no. But regardless of that, I think it's interesting. It will probably mean that I don't see a right winger there, honestly. Marcus Rashford prefers playing on the left. He's played it on the lot. Raheem Sterling is definitely better on the left. Saka is mainly a left field player. I've seen him best on the left. I don't see a right player there, which means I would presume that like the lineup will have to be as a front 3 of either Saka, Sterling or Rashford over the left. Then you'll have Harry Kane in the middle with like Harry Kane or Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Ollie Watkins. And then I expect over the left it will either be Foden or Matt. Now, let's get to predicting. We have 3 games to predict, which is Albania, San Marino, and Poland. Let's begin with San Marino, which is at 7:45 tonight. I'm going to predict. Ooh, I think we're going to not concede to San Marino. I think we're going to concede to Albania and Poland, but not to San Marino. I suspect I'm going to go 4-0. And I suspect the goal scorers are going to be Harry Kane, Jesse Lingard, Harry Maguire, and Rashford, let's say. Mark my words, if I'm right, I look like a genius. If I'm wrong, just forget about it. That's my advice. On to Albania. That'll be on Saturday. I think it's 3 o'clock or something. Now, this game I predict will be a bit harder. I have no idea if Albania are better than San Marino, but I feel like they're going to score. They're going to score 1 goal, but we're actually going to win by being on like 6-0. I'm going to go for a Harry Kane double, a Raheem Sterling 1, he never scores really, a surprise Saka off the bench goal, Kieran Trippier with 1, and then Mason Mount with 1. And finally Poland, like this is the big one. Like I want to beat Poland, because we can't beat Poland, that's a worry. I suspect Lewandowski will score a hat-trick. Yes, I suspect we will score 3 goals as well. And I'm going to say Harry Kane hat-trick, a Robert Lewandowski hat-trick. Let's see if I'm right. So I've gone 3-3, 6-1, and 5-0. Anyway, that's what I think will happen this European Championship qualifiers World Cup thing. As always, have a lovely week. I will see you in 3 days next Sunday. I also apologise for not uploading last Sunday and the Sunday before that, etc, etc. I was meant to, but then school happened, but I'm going to try and keep on top of it. Anyway, I'm waffling now. Have a lovely week and goodbye.